guess we're good. I guess we're good.
Oh, he goes right to you.
Of course. My boy, my man, what's up?
Let me see if I can pull up the YouTube screen.
Yeah. This goes right to it, so I don't have to hit go live. We are live. Be careful
Louis
what
live.
you say. Louis live. We're all
Louis
live.
live. He's on YouTube.
And we still have our Rhonda award. Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda.
Hey, guys.
Do you need the comments up here then?
Yeah, I need to be able to see
Okay.
comments.
Let me get my Louis mouse here. A cat and a mouse living together. It's the end times, I'm telling you.
We'll give it a few minutes so people can get into the chat.
And then this does some. I hate these.
What do you hate?
The PC interfaces. Because if I just gently tap one part of it, it blows up into a big screen.
Well, you're not supposed to.
With a Mac, if you grab it, it's like so solid. You grab this thing.
Well, you can't just let that mouse flop around either.
Well, with the Mac.
Just put the mouse up or something if you're not using it all the time.
Well, that's not the problem. The problem is...
Well, you're bumping it.
That's not... No. I'm saying...
Maybe we need a different mouse for you.
What I'm saying is that when I try to move these windows around, they just explode into full screen when I don't want them to. Because
the mouse is bumping things that you're not supposed to.
Nope, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was what you were...
No.
We'll talk about this later, Grimm. We're on YouTube. We're live right now.
I know
There's people watching us, Grimm. We can discuss the tech stuff later. Hey, guys.
What? What?
Are you done?
I'm done. I'm not even excited. No, I'm just getting started.
Well, maybe it could be the Grimm and the Louie show.
It could be.
All right. Hey, Night Owls. Welcome to the Hairy Scary Hangover. There's a lot of people in the chat now, boy. Probably laughing at us.
That's fine. They're supposed to. It's supposed to be a comedy show, so laugh away. Remember to hit that like button. That's right, Nora.
Natural Bridges says, loved the movie and all the special sound effects. And thank you, Miss Nora. Thank you.
That's what I was concerned about because a lot of people are purists on this movie. Mm-hmm. And if you do anything to it, understandably, then you're not getting the whole dose of what this movie was. It's one of the old horror movies that are sort of public domain and considered a B movie, but it's actually not a B movie.
Yeah, it's actually like put together
for
being a low budget movie.
Yeah.
The whole time it has this weird eerie feeling. You're trying to figure out if she has like something going on where she's just seeing things, like maybe she is losing her mind, or if it's something otherworldly or something paranormal.
And if we haven't mentioned it, we're talking about the movie Carnival of Souls.
Carnival of Souls, yes. So let's, I'm Janet Decay the Mummy.
So let's, I'm Grimm Gorri the Monkey.
And we host the Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangout.
You're watching now the Hairy Scary Hangover.
Yes. And we host Cheesy B Movies on our Facebook fan page. And then they're also simulcast through Public Media Network. And they're based out of Kalamazoo, but they broadcast everywhere. Oh. And you can add Public Media Network to your Roku, Apple TV, and Fire Stick. And when we go live, it pops up on there. Okay, so the Facebook thing, the comment debacle is bleeding over to the YouTube. Oh, let's explain that. Let's discuss.
I don't know. So some people are saying they couldn't get their comments to load on Facebook tonight.
Okay, so now they feel my pain because the past 2-3 weeks on my phone, I was having issues with the comments loading. I had to go back out of that screen and go back into the screen a couple times for it to actually work. I think it's just a weird Facebook glitch, and it's not like your phone, it's not your computer, it's just something with Facebook. It's not us. It's just something weird with the comments.
Yes, Bobby Harvey Jr. and anyone that's wondering, this is Louie. Yes,
yes, Louie. That's Louie the Crypt Kitty.
Yeah, there's so much cool stuff going on here. C.W. Watts, who says the colorized version of Carnival of Souls is okay, but the black and white is better. Now, we were talking about that during the show when the movie's playing. I just kind of asked Janet or made a statement that I said this movie being in black and white helps the atmosphere of the movie. There are a lot of filmmakers now that will shoot something in black and white, so it has that sort of it has sort of a palette that you can't really achieve, or you can with color, but it didn't hurt this movie to be filmed in black and white if they couldn't afford to film it in color at the time.
Well, the black and white really gives it the charm.
It does, and the sort of the eeriness. I mean, it really does help, illustrate the intent of this movie of the of the dismalness of it. It's a great. Now, so we'll talk about Carnival of Souls. Like, here's what I got.
Since
out of
that's the movie that we showed, Carnival of Souls from 1962.
Yeah.
And let me look up the actress's name again. I don't want to butcher the last name. Candice Hilligoss plays Mary Henry.
Really?
And she's still around. She's 85 years young.
Wow.
She's still around. And then the creepy guy that's chasing her throughout the whole movie, that actor is Herc Harvey. And he was in the documentary Horrible Horror with Zachary. And then he was in an educational like safety video called Shake Hands with Danger.
Shake Hands with Danger.
But he was in a bunch of like other like indie like you know low budget movies. She was Candace was only in like a few movies and she did a few TV appearances.
So long time Tom O says he's a longtime fan of Carnival of Souls and got to meet Candice Hilligoss
Wow.
at a ChillerCon. All right.
Oh, how cool!
I don't know what that's supposed to be. A gravestone?
Yeah, I guess you can on her website it shows that you can order signed pictures. So we'll probably have to order one.
Yes, for sure. I'd like to get one because
that would be nice to have for the collection.
Yeah, she's someone I'd be excited to see at a horror convention. You know, someone like that in a movie that's pretty much iconic in the you know in the genre that we're interested in because it's one of the better movies, right?
Yeah, and she's a beautiful actress, and she was a model before she got into acting.
Apparently,
and you know,
wow,
it's she looks like a model.
So I mean, what was I? Insane J agreed. Some movies are just meant to be in black and white, like tonight's movie. And Night of the Living Dead. Night of the Living Dead
is way better in black and white.
It just seems right. I mean, let's say back then they had color, you know, film back then, obviously in the '60s. But obviously it was a budget thing, so, you know, but it worked for them, you know?
It did. They were working within their budget, and it just gave it a more eerie feeling.
And again, like I pointed out earlier, there are a lot of filmmakers now that every now and then they'll do something in black and white to capture that sort of eeriness. So this movie dealt with somebody passing to the other side, but not quite. They were roaming the earth physically when they should have probably been dead.
Yeah, so Mary was in a horrible car accident. She's crawling and you know trying to walk out of this river to like, but she doesn't realize that she should have passed away.
Right. Like she's kind of in between being alive and being dead.
Yes, and throughout the whole movie, like you're not sure if she was just maybe hallucinating, maybe she hit her head in that accident and she's not all there.
Right.
Maybe she's just seeing things, or maybe there's something paranormal or something, you know, supernatural going on there.
Right, and that leads us to tonight's topic on The Hangover is the afterlife. You know, ghosts. Do you believe in those types of things? I imagine if it was real, you wouldn't have to believe in it, but it's definitely something to ponder. You know, is this it? Is this existence that this physical thing that we feel, hear, touch, smell with all our senses, it, or is there anything else after this? We don't know. We still don't know to this day. Yeah. We have a lot of speculation.
A lot of people have different speculations. They've got different faiths, you know, so they believe certain things. One person could believe other things, and that's totally okay because we don't really know for sure.
So what's your take on it, Janet? Do you think there are ghosts? Do you think there's an afterlife? Do you think
I haven't had many ghostly encounters, but I've had a handful of weird incidents where I think it may have been ghostly. Yeah.
And not static electricity or a bad...
Not a weather balloon or...
Bad ship dip.
Not dust on the camera lens. No.
Orbs, which is all that really is.
Well...
I ain't afraid no ghosts, as David Waldman.
Who are you gonna call? There you go, the Ghostbusters. Yeah, I think there might be something. I think there's a possibility because there's a lot that we don't know yet, obviously. So I think there could be something there.
Wolf Ranger 2008 says, I absolutely believe in the existence of ghosts and the afterlife. See? A lot of people...
a lot of people do believe in that. I think it's really fascinating. I really do.
Well, it's interesting that we can think that way as human beings, you know, ponder our existence beyond if there is this, you know, this sort of physical... livelihood, or whatever you want to call it. I believe in ghosts because I can sense things before they happen. creepy feeling, says Jennifer R. Delaney.
Oh wow! So she's got like a spidey sense.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, I've yet to see anything ghostly. We had that one experience with Weird Ralph back there.
Is that his name, Ralph?
Yeah, but that's the only thing that I can really.
Yeah, that's the only ghostly experience that we had together.
And that could have just been a cat.
I don't think that was the cat. No.
What's more likely, a cat or something paranormal? I say a cat.
Well, the person who sent you Ralph
said that there was some
sent Ralph to you because Ralph creeped him out.
Right,
and he said Ralph was haunted.
And then he in turn very quickly creeped me out, almost to say, "Look, I this is what I am." And then nothing since then.
Is he back over there? Can you reach?
Oh.
We've talked about him before, but maybe we should share him for the YouTube.
Although I would say we do have a shared experience with the nun painting.
Oh, that one too. So okay, we've had two shared like weird experiences that might be ghosts.
Yeah, that's right. You were there with this one too.
So this is Ralph, and he moved from your room at the time to the hallway on his own.
To the edge, to the threshold of the door. Which
it was like the doorway, and he was looking up at us.
It was a good 6 feet away from where I had him, and this thing's pretty heavy for a cat to be able to take this off the shelf.
This weighs
and
maybe
play with it.
maybe like 3-4 pounds. It's kind of heavy for like a little cat to drag.
An elderly cat too. My cats were one had passed away, but I think Shushu was passed away by the time. So I think I might have just had Misty. Either one, they were both like close to 20 years old. So I don't know how a 20-year-old cat would drag that off of a shelf 6 feet across the floor, but anything's possible. Yeah.
So he was sent to us because he creeped your one friend out, and we had him sitting on a shelf in the one room. We went out and did some shopping. Came back later that afternoon. And he was just sitting up, in the hallway,
looking right at me. And
he went past the door frame,
right,
and he was like kind of in the hallway, like looking up at us. It was very strange.
And the hair on my neck went up. I got that really weird feeling, like when you're coming down on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
That my stomach just kind of just dropped, and I was like,
we were both like looking at each other, like we were all weirded out.
Zoink Scoob. Oh.
But yeah, there's definitely something interesting about Ralph, but he seems like he's happy here on the set.
He's fine. He's behaved ever since. Nothing.
Yeah,
not a peep.
He hasn't been moving around or nothing weird since then. And that was 5 years ago. 6 years ago.
Yeah. Hey, Lately Horror Show.
Hey, Dino. Very cool. What are you playing today? What radio shows today?
Oh, Michael Craig, thank you for the super chat.
Oh,
baby.
Thank you, Michael.
Wow, very nice. Thank you. He goes, what's your thoughts on Kevin Bacon being announced to be in the new Toxic Avenger movie? P.S. He loves us, guys.
Oh, thank you. We love you too, dude.
Well, 2 things about that. Love Kevin Bacon, love Toxic Avenger. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, hey, why not?
Is he going to play? I don't think he's going to play Toxic Avenger. He's probably too old for that, right?
I think it's a younger actor.
Yeah, because Toxic should be a nerd, right? That gets sort of beat up and picked on.
He's like a high school nerd.
And then a janitor type of guy, right? Mm-hmm. He gets thrown into a barrel of toxic. It
gets all mutated, yeah.
I heard Rob Zombie's directing it.
Oh, God, no.
Just kidding. Then the game off. Yeah, hard pass.
So Rob Zombie, he did announce officially he is directing The Monsters.
Yeah.
Which... a
lot of people are.
I don't have high hopes for that movie.
Oh boy.
I don't have high expectations for that movie because, well, I'm not that big of a Rob Zombie fan. I know that might be
music or movie.
I like his music. I don't like his movies that much.
Do you like his brother's band Power Man 5000 better?
I like Power Man 5000 better.
You have all their albums.
I do.
So I think you do like them better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
sorry, it's. I know other people might have different. Maybe there's other people watching that are like, what? I love Rob Zombie. You don't know what you're talking about. But that's okay. We can have different opinions. It's just not my thing, and I don't know. I think he might butcher the Monsters big time. I'm really afraid of that. I think he's going to ruin it.
A lot of people are like, no, on a hard pass on the Rob Zombie. Yeah, you know. You never know. This could be his redemption movie. He could redeem himself with the Monsters. You never know. Maybe he's got to hear all this stuff, right? He's either the kind of guy or the kind of person that goes, screw everybody, I'm going to do me. Or, you know what, maybe I'll take some constructive criticism. I'll pull back on some of the real violent stuff that I do with these. But again, when he was doing this, those are characters he created.
Tim Burton should have done it.
What, the Munsters?
If they were going to do a Munsters reboot, I think Tim Burton should have done it.
I don't know if I want to see...
He has that gothy kind of style anyway.
Hmm.
And he made Beetlejuice, and Beetlejuice is fun.
But everything's going to have black and white stripes and spirals in it. I don't want to see all that.
But it's Munsters. It's supposed to be kind of goth and monster-y.
Tim Burton's become over-stylized. I like
don't
some
know.
of his stuff. Corpse Bride I liked a lot, believe it or not.
Corpse Bride was good. Nightmare Before Christmas.
I like it way better than Nightmare. I don't like Nightmare that much.
Ralph needs
Just
to go
saying.
back.
I'm not I've watched Nightmare. I just haven't. It's like with the Beatles. I'm sorry. I know they're the best thing on earth since sliced bread, but I just like the Stones better. I like Corpse Bride better.
Okay, well, let's not get too into that because
Well,
that's
people are
going way off topic.
Nah,
now.
people are interested.
We were talking about ghosts.
Ghostesses. I gotta go back here.
Paranormal stuff.
Ghostesses.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got thrown by the.
So paranormal ghost experiences. If
Yeah.
people believe in ghosts.
We'll talk about the nun that jumped off the wall.
Oh yeah. What did I do with that painting anyway?
It is gone.
Did I give that away?
It's gone.
I think I gave it away.
Yeah.
It didn't sell because no one wanted the haunted painting.
It's under. No.
So, when I had the Thrift Crypt shop in Lakewood, Ohio, I used to have a brick and mortar little shop. Can you scroll down, Grim? It looks like there's...
Another super chat.
Oh, Nora, thank
Nora.
you for the super chat.
Very
Wow, that's really sweet.
Let's talk about the Conjuring 3. I think that's what that is, right? The nun, right?
Yeah, so the nun painting.
Boy.
A fan of our show sent us these paintings. And he was this, like, older kind of grumpy guy that was a dishwasher. And he would...
Me.
He had this great ability of painting pretty much anything, and he would paint it really fast in like 10 minutes.
It looked good.
And it looked really good. Well, he painted maybe like 4 or 5 different paintings, and the one of the nun from The Conjuring, he said, was cursed because he was in a really bad mood when he painted it.
He was constipated.
There was something about it where he said, "Oh, that painting's cursed." You know, he didn't like that one. Something bad about it.
Yep.
Well, I sold all the other paintings. There was like a Freddy Krueger one, Jason, you know, some other movie monsters, and then this nun was left. Well, the nun, like a couple times we saw this, and a friend that was in the store with us saw it. The painting would kind of like fly off the wall on its own at
Twice
random.
it did.
More than twice, because, well,
when
twice
we were all
you
there,
saw it. Yeah.
I hung it back up, and we went back to the counter and talked, and then it flew off the wall again.
Yeah.
Onto the floor. And that was a weird feeling too. I was like, that's kind of weird. Because there was nothing that would... there was nobody next door at the time on the wall it was hanging on. It was a, a brick... It had a brick firewall and a, what do you call it? Drywall. It wasn't even dry. It was plaster.
Yeah, it was secured on there.
I don't know how it flew off.
It was secured on there, so we don't know how it just randomly flew off.
Not once, but twice.
Yeah, well, when I was in the store by myself, it would do that too a couple times. And I would get mad and yell at it. But I didn't hang it up right away, like, after that. Yeah, I was just like...
The flying nun, yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
it was just very strange, and we would tell customers that the painting was cursed and no one wanted it.
So I think Dino and them were talking about an orb they saw on our show. Yeah, well...
An orb? Where?
It's called cat dander.
Oh, it might be. Yeah, the orb thing, I don't know. I think I'm skeptical about orbs because, yeah, a lot of dust can create that. Like if your camera lens is dirty, if there's dust in the air. What are the other comments?
You know my feeling on all this stuff. It's like, it's very simple. Anything that you have to believe in doesn't exist because if you can prove it, you don't have to believe in it, right? Nobody can prove anything on ghosts. They can tell their experiences, what they thought it could be, but there's no actual proof.
What about the people who have recorded like voices of people that like weren't in the room?
The
like
EVP.
What do they? Is that what they call it? EVP?
Yes, electronic voice phenomena.
When they actually check the temperature in a room and the room randomly gets like 20 degrees colder than what it should be. Like, I think there could be. I mean, there's people who have documented things and, some of that might be true.
Right, but again, not to burst any bubbles out there or anybody, but, but it's not like I have to prove there's, there's a place called England, and I can prove that. We can buy plane tickets there, technically, and fly there and actually go there. It's not just believing in it, you know what I mean? You could actually go there, as opposed to things like this where it's all sort of, you can't prove, you can't offer me anyone that proof. It's all just sort of, I think this could be, or I believe it is. So there's still that air of mystery. I mean, all that stuff are placeholders in my mind to until things get actually proven. Then there's no. Then you can say, hey, here's a ghost. I'll show you. You just do this, and here they come. You know, here they are.
Well, maybe that's.
It's fun though. It's fun.
But maybe it's something that we just can't prove or explain yet.
There was a lot of stuff
Because,
that wasn't explainable until science could explain it. Until
yeah,
we got the
so
technology.
maybe later on they'll be able to explain it.
Interestingly enough, you know who was trying to do that way back in the day? Thomas Edison tried to build. That's why he built the telephone. Actually, or was it the telephone? Yeah.
Are you sure?
No, that was Graham Bell. I know.
No, he was trying to record voices.
The phonograph, yes.
The phone, because he was wanting to record ghosts.
One of his inventions was he was trying to communicate with the dead on the other side. You know, the other side.
Now
that's how far back it goes. You know, not to even mention mediums.
Now there's like the making of a ghost movie.
Yeah.
Like they're when like Thomas Edison trying to talk to dead people or something.
Mary had a little lamb. That was the first. But yeah, so but even before him, I mean, obviously, you know, people like sorcerers and fortune tellers and people that had, you know, Ouija boards that still exist now, or ways to talk to spirits.
Now, wasn't there the Victorian era photography where they claimed to have photographed ectoplasm?
Yes.
But it ended up being like cheesecloth.
Yes.
Yeah. But the pictures look really creepy.
They
actually
gross.
did a really good job with the, like, if you look up those old ectoplasm pictures on Google, they're kind of gross.
They're disturbing, yes.
Yeah, like they did a good job. Like that would scare me if I saw that back in the day.
Natural Bridges LLC says maybe ghosts and UFOs are related. Yeah, and that neither of them are real because they're not proven.
Well, didn't they there was some stuff out by our own.
I can't prove that England
the
is
UFO.
real.
Well, you know, I won't get into the UFO stuff. That's a little off.
I can. Well, someone.
We're talking
thinks
about
that
the
they
ghosts.
Of course, you can. You can go to England. You can buy a ticket. You can go see a place like that.
But you can't go to the ghost town.
Yeah, you can't go to Ghost Place. You can't go to Ghostville.
Well, maybe your soul can later.
But how do you? But how do you come back and tell them? No one's come back.
Well, maybe they're not supposed to.
Well, then how do we know? And therein lies the predicament.
It's well, we don't know. There's a lot of things we don't know yet.
It is a lot of fun though. You can't prove. Oh, I already read that one.
What are the other comments? Let's see. Oh, someone was asking, what is the scariest place in Ohio? There's a couple that I can.
That restaurant over there on West 30. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. There is one that's right not too far from us that's pretty scary.
Probably. What's that one? Franklin Castle is probably one of the most haunted places in Northeast Ohio.
And that always emphasizes. Go ahead.
Franklin Castle was built by. It really does look like it's a big like stone building. It's I think four or five floors, and it's on Franklin Boulevard in Cleveland. It was a German family that built it, and the family had lots of tragedies. Like some of the children passed away. The wife ended up dying later.
Someone's Facebook comments couldn't load. It was tragic back then.
But something happened where later on there were other people who owned the property, and then later on they found the remains of like children in the walls or something. They found like body parts in the walls. It was
Welcome
weird.
to the Hairy Scary Hangover, kids. All right.
This is not the
such cheery talk. Yeah,
kids
no,
on YouTube.
It's pretty dark stuff. If you look up Franklin Castle, spelled like it sounds, in Ohio, in Cleveland,
Franklin Castle, and then there's rumors
bizarre.
that maybe like the Nazis like owned it for a while. It's like really bizarre. But the fourth floor has a ballroom, and
unlike my underwear. Sorry, I'm old fashioned.
The fourth floor has a watch that mouse because I see the screen.
It's all right.
Yeah, you're pressing things you're not supposed
to.
to.
It's all right. Yeah. Well,
the fourth
story of my life.
The fourth floor
You're
has
happy, aren't you?
Graham. Seriously. The fourth floor has a ballroom that is supposed to be the most haunted part of the house. There, I said it. Whew. But yeah, there are people who have visited or stayed the night there or whatever, and It's super creepy.
So
And the pictures look creepy. I've never been in there yet, but
a lot of people. This is getting a lot of traction here. Albert Metelsky says, "I've been in Franklin Castle, and he didn't get any bad vibes, but there were some spots in certain rooms where I just kind of became aware, but not. He didn't get any bad. I don't know. He said like there might be some spots in there. So what?"
Dino says there was infant's bones in the wall of the Franklin
Supposedly,
Castle. That's what it is. No, they actually did find those in the 70s.
Yeah.
I've read about them in the past, this place.
Yeah. That actually was found, yes.
And Late Late Horror Show also says there are some places you can go and without a doubt you will hear footsteps and even voices. I would say that's some kind of proof. Residual or intelligent, but you will hear it. So, Grimm, maybe you're just not going to the haunted places.
Then. So it's true. What do I know?
So,
all right, then
yeah.
It's a fact.
If you experience it for yourself, then you would believe it to be real.
We don't need this conversation anymore because it's a fact.
Well,
it's not do you believe, it's a fact.
Grimm, we're having a discussion.
Oh.
And some people believe it to be real. So
Your
I'm reading the
mind
comments.
plays tricks on you. Well, I go the way my logical brain works. If it does work, it's like what's more probable and what's more possible. What's probable? It's what's like with that with that Ralph head. It's more probable that a cat dragged it into the middle of the room. Okay, because
I don't know. That was too heavy for them to drag.
Yes and no. But if they knocked it off, it could have rolled.
Because the eyeball pops out of that one.
But that's more.
You're just being. So I'm being the Mulder and you're being the Scully.
That's okay.
And I want to believe.
Right, you have to like they say.
So Grimm's the Scully, I'm the Mulder in this situation right now.
Well, I don't have to prove there's not ghosts. You have to prove that there is ghosts. That's how that works.
Well, maybe go visit a haunted place and then you tell me.
Okay.
How about that?
I would love to. Where's that one place that you want to really go to in California? The Winchester Museum?
The Winchester Mansion.
Ooh.
Winchester Mystery House.
Now that has to have some crazy stuff, right?
That place is so cool. Like from the pictures that I've seen, I want to go and check it out in person for real.
That's the best comment all night.
What?
Raymond Trianovich said, "Didn't Franklin Castle have great burgers?" Oh boy.
Yeah. That was White Castle.
Yeah. Yeah, you get that.
Are they good?
That's that side of barbecued baby bones. Yeah, you just I want my baby bones, baby bones, baby bones. Oh my God.
Albert said, when I was walking through some of the castles in Ireland, sometimes you catch a weird vibe and stuff. I mean, it felt like your body was experiencing some history or something, but it was cool.
That's what I just read. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lake Erie Cemetery. This is the Erie Cemetery.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Godzillatron says, I'm telling you, the Ohio State Reformatory is haunted as all get out. 215 people died there. Wow.
Well, okay, so Naoko's chiming in. I'm trying to find her comment here.
Lake Erie Cemetery is haunted, says Bobby Harvey. Winchester House is a strange trip. Yeah, I would love to go and see that in person. So the Winchester, Mrs. Winchester, back in 1800s, like late 1800s, she felt bad about her husband, like, selling these guns. The Winchester,
Because why?
Because...
they were killing people with the guns?
People do terrible things with weapons.
Well, thank God she's not alive
And
now.
she had she had a really bad conscience about it. She felt really terrible. And she claimed that she was being haunted by the spirits of the people who were killed. And she felt like she had to keep adding additions to her house and trap doors and secret doorways to keep the spirits from bothering her. So this house, the Winchester house, if you look up pictures, there's like stairs that go to nowhere. There's like doors that lead to nowhere, weird hallways and little secret hidden rooms. It's the strangest thing. I would love to go visit that.
Yes, and they even have a virtual tour because of the COVID, I think. In general,
well, they did last year. I don't know if they
probably. I would keep that as a part of my offering. Why not? Because some people just don't like to travel in general. But anyway, a lot of talk going back about I think the reformatory, the Hudson Reformatory. A lot of people talking about that. Or Mansfield,
the Mansfield Reformatory. Yeah, that's another creepy cool place in Ohio.
And please hit that like button and subscribe if you have not already. Shame on you.
Yes, please do.
This is a Rhonda award-winning show.
Who's Rhonda?
Gosh darn it, Rhonda.
Okay, so here's the full story. and I was trying to remember it. Thank you, Mark. Sarah Winchester was told by a medium that the spirits killed by Winchester weapons were haunting her, and was told to build a home for all the people killed by the firearms.
And then they found out that the medium that told her this had family who was in construction. So go figure. Well, just kidding.
I thought she was afraid of the spirits as well. Like a lot of those secret doorways and stuff in her mind was to keep them out. But
I'm not afraid of the spirits.
Yeah, I know. You're really enjoying yours.
Yes.
I just have a tiny sip left.
Anyway, yeah, but so who knows? I mean, but it has driven people. I mean, see that, and that's why I wanted to talk about this tonight, because look what it did. It compels some people with of all different walks of life. I mean, with Miss Winchester, you know, all that money she had, her fortune, she used to build rooms for spirits to live in. Right? That's what these rooms were for, correct?
I thought it was to escape the spirits.
But maybe I
misunderstood.
Well, where's she going?
To run away from the spirits.
Well, why would she build a staircase? How is she going to get away to a staircase that doesn't go anywhere?
Well, it's to trick them.
Oh.
But I could be mistaken.
I don't know. Miss Cleo, yes, we should ask Miss Cleo.
Yes, there we go. Whatever happened to Miss Cleo?
Oh, who knows?
I remember those commercials. They were hilarious.
They were the best.
Oh, they were so funny.
Just give Miss Cleo $50 a minute, and she'll tell you all about your this and that and the other, your future.
Oh,
really
my
bad
goodness.
Stuff, but good stuff. Wow, look, some people have done the tour. Are they talking about the? Oh, we had a moderator lead a message.
Oh, thank you, Nora, for helping to moderate. Thank you. We have some moderators in the chat, guys. We try to keep this for most people to watch, and we try to keep it fun. So anything that might be a little offensive or a little off, we have moderators that help with that. So we just ask that people just chill and we're all having fun here commenting. That's all.
Don't know if you mentioned, but Mark Gary is a wealth of information, kind of chiming in the chat, kind of eking in some of this information.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, that's cool. So he also says down here, I'm trying to figure out where Mark might be from, but down here they have three big places: the Gadsby Tavern in Virginia, Alexandria, the Stonewall Jackson Cemetery, and the Hollywood Cemetery in Richmond. Ooh. I didn't know they had a Hollywood Cemetery.
Hollywood Cemetery. Wow. Yeah, Richmond, Virginia. That's the hometown of Gwar.
There you go.
I love Gwar.
That explains everything.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yes, Raymond. He has a place for spirits in his liquor cabinet.
That's funny.
Exactamundo. Fredericksburg, Virginia. Yes. Okay. Good to know that, Mark. Thank you.
We need a Madame Manos in this conversation, says Christopher Watts.
Oh.
Well, if she's busy.
What would Madame Manos say? What do you think she believes?
She would try to contact and conjure up a spirit for us. I think she would. She's pretty crafty like that.
She is.
When she's not eating pizza or going bowling.
Now, a lot of people, Naoko says Gwar. Oh, Naoko's a fan of Gwar.
Hey, Naoko. Very good.
Gwar. Yeah, Gettysburg. That's also, like, some of those Civil War battlefields are presumed to be pretty haunted. Hey, look, I'm a big fan of the paranormal. Trust me. I mean, I used to listen to Art Bell back in the day when he was going strong.
Those are fun to listen to. Those old shows.
Yeah, thank God I taped a lot of those things. I popped the tapes in, as you know.
I think my favorite ones are the ghost ones where they had the sound recordings.
The EVP people.
Yeah,
right?
the EVP, the ghost people.
Oh my God,
those were the most interesting ones in my opinion.
So much fun. And you know what? If those are true, I would have to say though. I mean, if that was literally a blank tape that they put in, and they were sitting there walking around this place, and I don't know these people from Adam and Eve, but if they're true and they're just kind of just taping and they're talking to each other, and then you hear a voice pretty much sound like something that's definitely decipherable in English anyway. There's something to that. That's
yeah,
weird.
It really makes you wonder when you hear things like that. You're like, could that be something?
Yeah,
could that be real?
Yeah, I still listen to Coast AM with George Norrie, but not as much. I think George is not the best host.
I think Art Bell was more...
Art Bell was in-your-face type of guy.
More
he was
personality,
great.
In my opinion.
Yeah, not too in-your-face, but he moved the show along good. He had opinions. George Norrie's very flip-floppy, and he kind of, I don't want to get into his politics and all that. But Art was a little more in the middle there with everything, and and he just had a warmer personality. I like Ian Punnett. I like him. I wish he would be doing more coast to coast shows. I know he does stuff from time to time, but I prefer his voice, his demeanor, his outlook on things personally. George Norrie,
And Mr. Lobo, a horror host that we know, has been on Coast to Coast a couple times, so that's cool. Talking about monster movies and stuff.
Wolf Ranger 2008 said he's driven through Civil War battlefields in Manassas, Virginia in the wee hours.
Ooh,
did you hear anything?
That
Did you see anything?
Creepy.
That does sound cool. It's unfortunate that, that things happened the way they did with all the war. But yeah, I'm sure if there was any going to be like some sort of resonant, and that's what ghosts could be too. That's what interests me about the after, not the afterlife, but like ghosts in general, like what they could be. They could be like echoes or sort of like, imprints on time. If you think of time like a film strip or something. And they just never got released. They never left there. They have an emulsion on there that hasn't left. And it is kind of, because they don't know they're dead, like the woman in tonight's movie.
Yeah, like Mary in Carnival of Souls.
Maybe there's some actual thing you have to realize when you pass. That
maybe you're like in between.
Yeah, and if you don't know, then you just can't go. There's a sign there that says, if you don't know, you can't go. Remember, Poltergeist, go into the light!
Or maybe it's still like, if you think of it as like a science thing, maybe it has to do with like energy, like
pure energy.
Who said like energy can't be created or destroyed?
Isn't that
is that
Einstein's, right?
Not Einstein.
The bagel place.
Oh, we're so like dumb with this stuff. But
who said that?
Energy can't be created or destroyed.
Stephen Hawking?
No, I'm trying to remember.
Who said it?
I'll have to Google it later.
I think that's just a scientific
but maybe like your energy just moves to something else. So
what happens to farts?
Farts? Maybe there's ghost farts.
Maybe there are.
Maybe. Well, there'll be lots of ghost. There's lots of farts around here with Grimm.
Crypta Maria says, "Oh my God, was that in the trees? What, the leprechaun?"
Oh, is that going into the
That was my favorite, the leprechaun thing.
Oh yeah, that news story about the leprechauns.
Leprechaun in the Hood. That was great.
Yeah, hit that like button. Thank you, Miss Nora. If you guys like chatting with us, if you like the weird topics we talk about, yeah, hit the like button. Even if you dislike it, hit the dislike button too. It still counts. Dislike. Ugh. It still counts as activity towards the channel. And yeah, that's okay. If you dislike it, we're good. But yeah, thank you to the ones who do like the channel.
Wow, yeah, the people are just going off in the chat tonight. They're really digging this conversation. So yeah, I mean, so much to wonder. I mean, we still really don't know.
Do ghost farts smell? Says Godzillatron.
I would imagine so. If they don't, mine do. So don't worry about it. I'll make up for what they can. I'll pick up their slack. Don't worry about it.
Oh, Raymond, thank you.
What?
Wow. Thank you so much.
Oh, there it is. Oh, Raymond, thank you, buddy.
He says, you guys rock.
Yeah.
Well, you rock too, dude. Thank you.
And we also had, I meant to shout that out. We had the Deadpool guy was saying that we're awesome. So thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you, Uber Deadpool.
Yeah,
Deadpool Uber driver.
We're going to get in touch with you, brother, and we're going to do something fun with you. Don't worry about that.
I think he might be local. I kept thinking he wasn't, but I think he's local.
Hims is. Yeah,
we'll have to message him later.
Yeah, thank you, Raymond. Yeah, everybody.
Very cool.
Wow. Okay, so let me see. I always click the thumbs up. The tongues up. That's a different website. The thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Yes. Mark Geary, thank you, Mark. That's very
thanks,
sweet.
Mark.
Good conversation and great movie tonight. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't show Carnival of Souls earlier in our 127 episodes.
Because our fan Randy from Maryland recommended Carnival of Souls a couple years ago. And we had a few other fans recommend it too. And it was just one of those that, I don't know, we just didn't play it. And now we did. Yeah,
I mean, we put sound effects in the movies. And I think some of it I felt like, well, with this one, even with this movie, what I did with it, at the end there, I told you, I don't even know if I should, maybe I should leave the last act alone. Because it's so eerie and weird. And, that's the beauty of it. And people haven't seen it before. I don't want to mess it up for them with my sound effects and da-da-da. Mm-hmm. But you know what? In for a penny, in for a pound. I went ahead and I pretty much, did everything all the way through. But I think if you like this movie, you should really go, watch it uncut.
Yeah,
On YouTube or archive. Was it?
Archive.org has it.
Or if you might even have it in your
watch or download.
Yeah, or if you have it in your collection, you haven't watched it in a while, definitely pull it out. There's a Criterion version.
There is a Criterion version of this, and that's something I'll have to see how much that one is.
Early Christmas present.
The artwork for the cover is just beautiful for that one.
I would love to see that. Yeah. Especially if the extra stuff and anything that the Criterions are known for. Yes.
But yeah, other hosts have played it without the sound effects, so even though it's a kind of a serious movie, we're not always serious. I mean, look at us. Right. So, Grim put the sound effects in it.
Mark Geary says he wants Sax Daniels now.
Sax Daniels.
The best we could probably do is maybe come up with a beer koozie or a drink koozie. Or a T-shirt, but we're working on it. That's got to happen.
That would be hilarious.
I was hoping that people liked the Sax Daniels stuff.
It had some sax appeal.
It did.
That's too funny.
Oh, Nora, thank you.
Nora, oh my gosh, thank you.
Well, okay.
Remember movies from the 70s on YouTube? Are those you could show on Facebook? Some of them we can, Nora, and some of them we have.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see which ones.
The one I really want to show is Gargoyles. I would really love to do that movie.
That's a really good movie, but it's owned by someone.
Yeah. I mean, we could try.
We are in talks with a company.
Yes.
To see if we could get permission to play something, but we are, we can't see anything yet.
And I like how the fans, they thank the other fans for the super chats. That is sweet. Thank you. Yeah, because Connie thanked Nora. That was
Thank you, guys. It's not necessary, but it does help the channel. It's not required of you, but it is appreciated. When people do that, or they shop eBay, or when they shop our Teespring store, when they shop our eBay, not eBay in general.
Yes,
it supports our videos and our, what we do here.
Yeah. Yes, Mark, Bernie Casey played the head gargoyle in that movie, and the makeup was, and the costumes and makeup was done by Stan Winston, actually. A lot of people, I think Rick Baker might have had something to do with it too, but it was definitely Stan Winston's first gig.
The effects were really cool.
As a kid, I was obsessed with that movie. I loved it.
Godzillatron says, dude, I was just thinking of Gargoyles, and it's one of my favorite movies.
It's so good.
I don't know why I gave him a surfer voice. Dude.
Yeah. If you haven't seen a movie called Gargoyles from the early 70s, check that thing out. It's a made-for-TV movie. Mm-hmm. I think is Robert Jansen?
How about
Robert Jansen in that movie? Yeah.
Gargoyles is part of a double feature tomorrow night on another show.
Yeah. I know who that. Maybe Joe Bob.
Joe Bob Briggs is Friday.
Sven Gulli doesn't do double features, so I don't know who it could be.
Maybe some other channel.
It doesn't matter.
That's okay. Maybe they got the clearance to play it.
I'm sure they did, yeah. I mean, we do everything independently here, so it's like we try to fetter out anything that's copyright free, right? I mean, that way, because if we don't, then we get dinged on these platforms, so we have to.
So we try to either get permission from the filmmaker or find a movie that doesn't have
and I noticed that
copyright dings.
About Facebook, at least they have that option. You can dispute a copyright claim.
You mean YouTube?
No, on Facebook.
But I couldn't dispute that when we had 2 episodes back. No. I had to take that episode down, Grim. You're talking about YouTube.
No, remember the test I did on Facebook? It said either delete your video or file a dispute. This was Facebook.
Okay, well sometimes they don't give you that option.
Weird.
Most of the time they don't, actually.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's what I saw.
Most of the time they don't.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, usually it's YouTube where you can dispute.
That's what I thought. But on that Facebook thing.
Well, that must be a new thing, because it didn't do that 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, so
episode 126 on Facebook we had to take down. We made a mistake with one of the songs in the video.
Yeah, so I try to test some of this stuff on a dummy Facebook page I have to see if it'll fly with the with content. And that one I did just the other day got dinged, but it said, hey, delete it or file a claim. It was weird.
Wow.
On Facebook.
Okay. Well, YouTube usually. Whoa, Albert.
I know YouTube's good with that.
Aw, thank you, Albert.
He said, great show tonight. Put this towards getting a field trip to Mansfield Reformatory.
Can we road trip?
Ooh. Hey, Albert, that would be cool. We should team up with you and you can be our cameraman.
Watch what you're clicking there.
What did I that's nothing.
Well, you're moving the mouse around. You got to be careful.
It's a movie thing. It's
okay.
It's a movie thing. All right.
Wow, wow, yeah. I mean, we would love to go down there. We need to visit some of the haunted houses this summer too.
Yeah, we should. I mean,
Yeah.
if yeah, we'll work on getting some really
Speaking
fun
of haunted,
yeah.
go to some of the haunted houses.
Mark Geary says gargoyles, don't be afraid of the dark, and the Devil's Triangle were terrifying and awesome 70s movies. We did show Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. We've shown that.
Yeah.
That's with the little. That's with that weird. I mean, it's a messed up TV movie with the alcoholic dad, and you know the whole fire that happens. It's a really weird movie.
Oh yeah, that was another ghost one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
The ghost kids.
Yeah, it was the ghost kids. The ghost kid helping the kid that was alive.
Oh, Jim Hearns, thank you. A tip for Grimm's Drops tonight. Really made the movie more of a joy to watch.
Aw, thank you, Joe.
Well, that's good to know because, like I said, I was really nervous about doing anything with this movie because it's not a horrible movie. And you know, you don't want to ruin someone's experience. A lot of people are attached to a lot of this stuff, but some people are attached to giant leeches. So what are you gonna do? I mean, give me Star Wars. I'll mess Star Wars all up.
Aww.
I don't care.
Well, very cool chatting with everybody, and hopefully.
Albert said those drops were really good tonight. Well, the fun thing was that the fact that they did a lot with the music and the organ playing, and right away I was like, okay, this is the opportunity to to dig up some stuff that we can replace the music with.
The 80s music was funny.
Yeah, I had one segment that I was just referring to earlier that I had to test to make sure it was a song they used on the Goulardi show.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it is owned by a company. It got dinged right away.
Well,
but,
yeah.
it was an organ sort of thing, instrumental. It was really cool. It fit in perfectly.
Yeah, but we can't use it.
I know. I gave it a shot, though. I tried. But we wound up using, Facebook safe music. Anyway,
yeah, so Facebook and YouTube, this is a behind the scenes, it doesn't really matter, kind of useless info, but they have music that you can actually put in your videos and it's considered safe to use.
Oh, Jennifer Delaney wants to know if Creepshow would be copyrighted. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Out the yin yang.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I wish. I mean, we can't even get gargoyles.
Most movies that are like 70 years or older are copyright free, most of them. And then some of those 70s made for TV movies, you can kind of, no one really cares about them.
It depends, on how bad they were.
Yeah.
People are just like pushing.
And
to the
some
side.
of the 50s stuff is kosher, like most people don't care.
But then you run into the fact that some people come in and buy up these movies that are ancient and no one cared about, and then they recopy it. But there are versions of those movies that you can technically use. Yeah. That aren't remastered or issued.
But we can talk more about that. We have a podcast coming up this Tuesday morning, hopefully.
Yep, I'm in.
And thank you guys so much for hanging with us. We're getting a little tired.
That's right. We're going to give up the ghost, so to speak, tonight. And, figuratively, not literally. We're going to, for the show anyway. But thanks for joining us for, it's been almost, it's been over 3 hours of entertainment, right?
Yeah.
With the Mummy and the Monkey.
Since 9:45 this evening.
That's right. And if you don't know, we're starting to do a 15-minute pre-show. It's called the Hairy Scary Countdown with hosted by our technical whiz Cliff Jablonski, which he's not here right now, but our little red
where
puppet
did he go?
devil guy, he's around here somewhere.
He might be sleeping already.
He's a fun little 15-minute pre-show that kind of gets you in the gets the palate wet for our Hairy Scary Hangout, and then obviously you join us here on YouTube for our hangover. But neighbor Brian, if you're watching, hello out there, buddy.
Good morning, neighbor Brian.
That's right. And anyway, we'll see you all next time right here on
The Mummy and the Monkeys
Hairy Scary Hangover.
Good night. Good fright, guys.
Thanks again for all the super chats. Subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. See you later. Woo.